Do you feel the vibes?
Welcome back, everybody. This is Red Thorn coming at you with another video for the game Lineage 2 Revolution. In today's episode, we have a Fortress Siege. This is number 15. Let's see what is going on here. We have Omega versus the Republic of Korea, otherwise known as ROC. Now, the first time I recorded these two clans against each other was back in September 28th was the first time I recorded them. Omega won that fight. I was told 2 to 3 weeks ago, Omega and ROC went at it again, and Omega lost. I was recording a different fight at the time, so I did not get to see that. This is their, from my understanding, third time facing off against each other. And from my understanding, again, Omega is on a 5-game losing streak in Fortress Siege. So they are not just hungry, they may be a little desperate for a win here today. Omega on top, 133.6 million combat power in totality for their clan. Republic of Korea, 131.6 million combat power in totality for their clan. Just a little bit under 3 million difference. But as we all know, combat power means absolutely nothing in this. So let's head into the battlefield. This is for a S-grade fortress. Omega paid 85 million Athena for the right to challenge ROC. Oh, the bug is back. Oh, wow, what did we make it? It's 3 of them? Unfortunate, very unfortunate. Republic of Korea up here on top in the blue. Omega down on the bottom in red. Unbelievable. Now, I'm curious. I wonder if it has something to do with your battle deck and the settings. It's possible, but it shouldn't matter, in all honesty. Now we have less than 2.5 minutes before we begin. Everybody's waiting on a hardened buff right now. Die, die! I don't get it. Let's see who from Omega. Beep Beep. Great name. Must be very fast. Unbelievable. For any of you who may not know, the developers of this game are holding a live event on Facebook Live. They're going to talk about what is upcoming in 2019. This is happening on the 28th. I believe that's next, or this upcoming Monday. It is at, according to their information, it's at 2 p.m. Western time, which puts it around 5 o'clock Eastern, where I am. I, unfortunately, will not be able to attend that, but I highly advise that many of you attempt to attend it to see what's going to be happening and what many consider to be a dying game. Everyone's starting to show up now. We have 43 seconds before the battle begins. I will be following Omega as they are the attackers, as I normally do.
Battle starts in 30 seconds.
Harden buff, food, clan buffs. Everyone here is ripped, roaring, and ready to go. And there is the Republic of Korea lining up on both sides. 5 seconds before we begin. And here we go. Fortress Siege number 15, Omega versus the Republic of Korea. And Omega did not do what they normally do, which is go after their opposing team's non-spawn gates defense towers. Both teams are trying to imprint. Oh, there goes one. And Omega has been interrupted. Wow, I stand corrected. Did they go after their spawn gate? They did. Well, that is definitely something new from Omega. Well played. And Rock has gotten their altar imprint. Omega is still trying to get theirs. And there goes the defense tower for Omega. That was one of their non-spawn gates. This other tower is being attacked, going down, quickly gone. Republic of Korea answering back quickly. And there I go again with the high voice. Omega unable to get their altar imprint. They are trying again. Rock with. Oh, wow. What is going on here? That was a holy artifact defense tower of Omega has been destroyed. This other one is being taken down. What else is gone? Looks like Rock's spawn and non-spawn gates are both down. Omega doing a good job of keeping Rock from getting that 30% buff, but they are unable to get the 10% themselves. Massive battle going on here for Omega's altar imprint. Rock is just not having it, and now they are getting Omega's altar and have been interrupted. Omega trying for their own again. And interrupted. Rock with 40 seconds left on their 10% buff. Omega trying for their altar. Interrupted. Trying again. Interrupted. Trying again. Interrupted. Trying again. Interrupted. Rock is not going to let them have it, but they only have 20 seconds left on their own altar. Rock attempted to get Omega's and has been interrupted.
The blue team's defense tower has been destroyed.
And that was a holy artifact defense tower of Rock. Rock is going for Omega's, and now they are attempting to go for their own. And have been interrupted on their own, but they're still getting... Nope, they have been interrupted on Omega's. Both teams trying for their owns now. Rock has been interrupted. Omega over halfway there. Omega, 3 seconds, 2, 1. And they have gotten their altar imprint. Are they able to stop Rock in time? No, we are tied at 10% buff, both teams. All right, this is where it's going to get interesting. Both teams have a holy artifact defense tower down.
The blue team has started imprinting.
And Rock has started imprinting on Omega's.
The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
They got about 2.3 seconds. No Omega up here. Ah, looks like they're trying to get in here though.
The blue team has started imprinting.
Rock trying again on Omega's.
The red team has
And Omega.
the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Unable to do so.
Has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Rock is definitely leading on holy artifact imprint time now. Doing a good job of pushing back Omega. Oh wow, there's a lot of Omega down here by their... Oh, and there goes Omega's final Holy Artifact defense tower.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Curious is Omega's leader. And he is lying on the ground. I guess he is not willing to use red gems. Or it might be too early too. I mean, we are only 24 minutes. I'm sorry, we have 24 minutes and 5 seconds left. We are now 6 minutes into this battle.
The red team's defense tower has been destroyed.
And there goes
The red team has started imprinting the holy
Omega,
The red team has failed to imprint the holy
trying to get more Holy Artifact imprint time. One of the defense towers of Omega's spawn gate has been taken down.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to
Oh wow, they got, what, 5 seconds on that? According to the screen, which went from 20 to 15.
The altar of wind imprinting has been
Alright, Omega's altar is ready for imprint, and Rox is ready for imprint. Omega interrupted. Are they going to try to interrupt Rock? And they have done so. Rock is trying to get Omega's. Both teams interrupted. Rock going for Omega's again. Going for their own, interrupted several times. A lot of red up here around Rock's.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy
Okay,
artifact.
now both teams are trying to go for their own altar. It was a little backwards there for a hot second. Omega interrupted, Rock interrupted.
The
Rock
blue
trying
team
again.
has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team
Rock is getting a lot of Holy Artifact imprint time. We have 22 minutes remaining in this battle. Both teams unable to get their 10% buff. Rock is trying again, Omega is trying again. Omega interrupted. Rock is over halfway there.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact.
And Omega has been interrupted, but Rock got their 10%.
The red team has failed to imprint the holy
Omega got a good 5-6 seconds on there, trying to catch up.
The blue team has started imprinting
But here comes
the
Rock,
artifact.
answering back.
Has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed
Nope.
to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
And there goes the spawn gate of Omega.
Started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team's gate has been destroyed. The red team's defense tower has been destroyed. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Rock is now trying, interrupted. Both teams are trying and failing to get Omega's altar imprint. Rock for the 30%. Omega to simply tie it at 10%.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Rock not having it.
The red team has started imprinting the
He's trying to get more time, but he is smacked around and killed.
holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team
But there's a lot of red down there for Rock to be trying that.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Anti-Rave, the leader of Rock.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
I would say, if I had to take a guess, Rock leads in Holy Artifact imprint time no more than 5 seconds right now. 19 minutes and 30 seconds left in this battle. Still, both teams are trying to get Omega's Altar imprint. Omega is over halfway, but they were interrupted. Rock has less than 40 seconds left on their own Altar imprint. Too many blue up here for Omega to be trying that. Lots of red.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Omega interrupted on their own altar. Rock with less than 10 seconds.
Imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact.
I think Anti-Rave may have
Imprint the holy
2 or more
artifact. The altar of earth is
Eva's Saints.
reset.
As he is getting killed and getting right back up again, they have a second-class transfer skill that basically resurrects you. Anti-Rave not red gemming this particular round. Both teams' altar imprints are trying to be imprinted. And Rock was interrupted. Omega almost there. Almost there. Omega has gotten their 10%. Are they going to be able to get this 30%?
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Rock is trying for their own.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Rock almost has their own. 2 seconds left. And they've been interrupted. Good job by Omega on that. Omega would love to have that 30% buff. They would come bum rushing up here, no doubt. Rock is trying again for their own.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Both teams trying for their opponent's holy artifact.
Blue team has
And Rock has been interrupted again. Omega less than 2 minutes left on their 10% buff.
imprint the holy
Rock interrupted again, trying again.
team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team
Too many red down there.
imprinted the holy artifact. The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Omega doing a good job of preventing, there we go, of preventing Rock from getting their 10% buff. Omega is trying to get that 30%, but has been interrupted. They are trying again. Lots of red up here. Omega is trying. Big battle going on here for Rock's altar imprint now. We have 16 minutes left in this battle. Rock doing a good job of pushing Omega away from their altar. Rock is interrupted. Omega now has 50 seconds left in their 10% buff. And my cat is going to town on herself right now with the cleaning. Omega trying again for Rock's altar imprint. Unable to do so. Less than 30 seconds left on Omega's altar imprint.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting.
Boy, he is getting a lot of imprint time. If only by 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 seconds, it adds up. Omega's going to have to pull back soon. and they have begun imprinting their own altar imprint. Rock is interrupted at the last second, and Omega was interrupted right from the start. Omega trying again, and Rock trying again. Less than 15 minutes left in this battle.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact.
Oh, there's lots.
The holy artifact.
Boy, there were lots of red up here. Curious is trying to get something going here. There we go.
Imprinting the holy artifact.
There's 3 seconds.
The red team has
He got 5 seconds out of that.
holy artifact.
That was a big chunk of holy artifact imprint time.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Omega over halfway on their own altar imprint. Rock has continuously been interrupted. Omega has their 10% buff.
Imprinted.
Are they able to stop Rock in time? And they have done so. So the battle for Rock's altar imprint begins again with 13 minutes and 30 seconds left in this battle. I still believe Rock is ahead, but not by much in holy artifact imprint time. Omega trying for Rocks. Interrupted. Big meteor shower against him. Rock was interrupted. Omega, 2 minutes and counting.
The team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Omega's doing a good job preventing Rock
Holy artifact.
from getting their altar imprint.
Failed to imprint the holy artifact. The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the
And Rock is doing a good job of preventing
has started imprinting
Omega
the holy artifact.
from getting more holy artifact imprint time.
Imprint the holy artifact.
More or less.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Omega, 50 seconds left under 10% buff. They are still interrupting Rock on Rock's altar imprints. They have done so again.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact.
That is devastating right there.
Failed to imprint the holy artifact.
He must have 3 or 4
The holy
Eva
artifact.
Saints.
The red team has started
As he dies, gets up, dies, gets up, dies, gets up.
failed to imprint the holy
Getting
artifact. The red team
Look at, there he is again.
holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact.
And we know that's the resurrection.
Failed to imprint the holy artifact.
But what did he get? A good second or more
Reset.
for each attempt that he does that?
The altar of earth has been imprinted.
Rock finally got their own altar imprint. Omega, over halfway on theirs, interrupted. 10.5 minutes left in this battle.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
He's up again.
Team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
That's a devastating
10 minutes.
Less than 10 minutes to go. That is a devastating strategy to have a bunch of Eva Saints in your party as a tank. To go up there, to be able to take a hit, die, resurrect, do some more imprinting, die, resurrect, take a hit. I mean, that's crazy. Omega unable to get their 10% buff and not allowing Rock to get it either.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Oh, there's Havoc on his orc in Fortress Siege. Oh! Rock interrupted at the last second on Omega's altar imprint.
The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Rock with 1 minute left on their 10% buff.
Holy artifact. The red team has started imprinting.
They are over halfway on Omega's. Omega needs to interrupt them.
The blue team has failed to
It doesn't look like they're going to do it, and they were unable to do it. Rock now has a 30% buff for the next 47 seconds.
The altar of wind has been imprinted.
That could be devastating for Omega. Here comes the Republic of Korea. Rock with only 15 seconds left of that 30% buff.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The altar of earth imprinting has...
Alright, well, Rock's altar is now being imprinted by Rock. Will Omega be able to stop them in time? And that is a big fat negative. Rock now has a 30% buff in the next 1 minute and 48 seconds.
The holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
I think this battle is going to go to the distance, but I think Rock is most likely going to win in terms of holy artifact imprint time. Rock also has 1,509 and counting kills versus Omega's 1164 and counting.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team...
And there he goes. You can see him resurrecting, getting killed, getting up, getting more holy artifact imprint time. Here comes Rock.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Nope, they didn't do a whole heck of a lot there. Big battle going on down here around Omega's holy artifact.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
1 minute left on Rock's 10% buff. They are getting Omega's altar imprint right now and have been interrupted. They are trying for Omega's again. Oh, wow. Omega got it down to 9 seconds. That's 11 seconds of catching up that they just did.
Started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team has
And now there's a big battle going up here. Rock's holy artifact. Rock has 5 seconds left of their 10% buff. Omega's trying to get their own altar imprint and have been interrupted, trying again. Interrupted.
The blue team has started imprinting the
Omega trying for rocks and their own. Interrupted on rocks.
holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started
Omega
imprinting
interrupted on both.
the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
We have less than 4 minutes left in this battle.
Imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The red team has started
All right, there he goes.
holy artifact. The red team has failed to
Got a few seconds there.
artifact. The blue team
It's difficult to tell
the holy artifact.
right now
The blue team has failed to imprint the holy
who has more holy artifact imprint time. I mean, we're constantly hearing how Rock is getting time, but it's only just fractions of seconds. But they add up.
The blue team has started imprinting the holy artifact.
3 minutes left in this battle. Both teams trying to get their altar imprints.
Holy artifact.
And both teams interrupted.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact.
Oh,
The team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
we got a couple of seconds there, I think.
The blue team has started
2.5 minutes left in this battle. Neither team allowing the other to get their altar imprint.
the artifact. The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The red team
There's-
has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team
Oh, he got a good chunk of time there.
The blue team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The
He's
red
trying
team
again.
has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The red team has started imprinting
2 minutes left remaining in this battle. Both teams are just going absolutely nuts here on the holy artifact imprint time, while at the same time interrupting each other for altar imprints.
The red team has started imprinting the
He's trying again.
The red team has failed to imprint the holy artifact. The blue team has started imprinting
1 minute and 30 seconds left in this battle.
The red team has started imprinting the holy artifact. The blue team has failed to imprint
Oh, he's getting a good chunk of time right here.
The team has failed to imprint the holy artifact.
Oh, stopped by a meteor shower. Good meteor shower by Rock there.
The red team has failed to imprint
But that was a nice chunk of time. This is anybody's game right now.
has been imprinted.
Omega got their altar imprint. They have that 10% buff. But there is only 1 minute remaining in this battle. "50 seconds left. Are we going to see a final push? Or does Omega actually have the tiebreaker right now?
Started imprinting the holy artifact.
Rock managed to get their altar imprint for the last 35 seconds.
Artifact. The altar of earth has
Ha.
been imprinted.
30 seconds remaining in this battle. Oh, wow. All the red are down there. I mean, just to see that might mean that Omega is winning in Holy Artifact imprint time and is trying to stop Rock from getting any. We have 5 seconds left in this battle. 2, 1. And Omega has finally won a fortress after 5 attempts. Congratulations, Omega. Great job right there at the end. That was outstanding, ladies and gentlemen. Here's some stats for you. Omega takes a 2-1 lead over Rock in terms of head-to-head. Fantastic battle, lasting the entire time. And once Omega had the Holy Artifact Imprint Time tie-breaking win, they went back on defense and they got it done. And if anybody had any questions as to whether or not Holy Artifact Imprint Time is a tiebreaker, I think it was answered. And there are your stats. Despicables beat Golden Alliance. Congratulations to them. That was one of the non-fixed fights. Let's see. Phoenix beat Enigma. Sacred Fury. I forgot who they fought. They won that. Congratulations to all the teams. And congratulations to Omega, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for watching. Like it, love it, hate it, comment on it, share it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Come hang out with me on my various social media platforms. Don't forget to share it. And until next time, have yourselves an exciting and outstanding time playing Lineage 2 Revolution.